Welcome to a brand new episode of Speech Musings with Annette. So, I hope you all are having a good day out there. Stay home and stay safe. I've been noticing that many of you are actually watching my videos but not subscribing to it. So, please do subscribe to my channel. I'm a newbie in YouTube, so I need your maximum support, your maximum appreciation, encouragement. Okay, please do like it, share it with maximum number of people because that'll be very helpful for me. Okay. So our topic for today is receptive and expressive language skills. So the common people out there might be wondering, what am I talking about? Okay, so here in this case, we'll be talking about the understanding and talking concept. So every child, okay, when they grow up or as they develop in their stages, you can see that first they understand the language and then slowly they start talking. Okay, or slowly they start expressing. Now, expressive language, we can take another topic. So the first topic I'll be going for is receptive language. Okay, as therapists, when you go for an assessment, what we do is that for receptive and expressive skills, we give certain, we take certain assessment materials so that we can understand how much exactly is the level of the receptive and how much is the level of the expressive skills. And then based on that, we give the treatment. So from that particular term, from the particular term called receptive, what do you understand? Receptive meaning reception, or how do you perceive or how do you receive your language. So it can be any language. You might speak in Malayalam or in Tamil or in Urdu or in Hindi, whatever it might be. Your language, how do you understand what someone says to you, is called as receptive. Okay, or it is also called as spoken language. It's all the same. Okay, it's all the same. Like for example, you can give some simple commands to a child. Okay, so initially in the growing, that means around 1 to 2 years and all, they understand very simple commands. But then slowly as the age increases, they will start understanding very complex commands. So that's how the understanding of the language develops. So maybe like for example, it can be very simple. A simple command can be, for example, go bring your book. Okay, so the child immediately understands it, or if he has the concept of book in his mind, that means that yes, he will go and bring the book and give it to you. Or it can be very complex commands also, like for example, go bring the book and then go bring the water from the kitchen. So that is an example. So it's called as understanding of the language. So as you all know, a child first has to understand before they start speaking. So for understanding what is necessary, hearing is very necessary, speech stimulation is very necessary. And then after that, your environmental factors, how much of motivations your parents give you, how much of motivation your caregivers give you, all that is very important for understanding. So only if your understanding is good, then your talking will be good. Or you can say talking meaning not exactly talking, but you can say it as expression of your wants or needs. It's called as expressive. Okay. So one basic thing you have to understand in this topic is that how you perceive your language or how you understand your language is very important for communication. Communication can be in any form, but if you have to communicate, first you have to understand your language. Okay, so that is very important. So I'll tell you in the future videos, I'll be talking about what are the certain problems that children face when they have receptive issues, or what are the problems that children face when they have expressive issues. Okay, so all that I'll be taking in the further videos. So I hope you understood about receptive language. Okay, now receptive language basically has 4 forms. Okay, so in that, the first thing is understanding of your grammar, then comes understanding or following directions or commands. Okay, then following questions. Okay, and then we have understanding questions. Yes, I had already mentioned about that. So grammar is important, then questions is important. Then after that, we have your receptive vocabulary. So what is receptive vocabulary? That means each day the child is learning new items. So that is called as vocabulary. So immediately that goes into the mind of the child. And then when you keep telling the child the same thing over and over again, a vocabulary is created in the child's mind. So these are the basic things which is involved in receptive language. So check for all of this in the child. Is the child able to understand questions? Is the child able to follow your commands? Is the child having a good vocabulary? Okay, is the child having good grammar? So these are the 4 basic important things that you have to see in receptive language. Moving on to the next one, that is expressive language or expressive skills. So what exactly is expressive, or exactly by that term? If you're just taking that term, what do you mean by expression? Expression means how do you express your needs, or how do you express your want. Like for example, you want something. Okay, if you want something, you have to say something, only then will you get it. So that saying or that expression is called as expressive skills. Okay, so in many children, what you can see is that their receptive might be very good, but their language might not be, their expression might be not that great. So basically, expressive language arises when there is a need to communicate. That means if you want to communicate your need, if you want to communicate your want, then at that time is when your expressive language arises. So expressive language, many people might think, okay, expression means talking or talking in sentences. No, it need not be that, because children at a very young age, that means when a child is about like 6 months and all that, they actually start communicating or they start expressing. But in what form? They start expressing in terms of vocalization. As I mentioned in my previous videos, vocalization is the first form of communication or the first form of expressive language. So what do they do in that? They express or they vocalize. Like they make sounds, or when they're happy they smile, when they are sad they cry, when they're hungry they cry. These are all forms of expression. It can be anything, that is, can be talking, or can be writing, or can be in terms of gestures like pointing to a particular thing, or it can be certain facial expressions also. Facial expressions meaning like if the child is sad, he has a certain facial expression for that, or if he's happy, he has certain facial expressions. These are all forms of communication. So it need not be that you just have to talk in sentences to communicate. No, there are many people who communicate in terms of sign language also. What is sign language? Sign language is how you it's a way of communication, or it's a form of communication. So for good speaking skills, you obviously need good understanding, as I told before, because only if you perceive your language well can you talk well or can you express well. Okay, so initially, in terms of language, that is in terms of actually speaking, you have to understand the concepts of your language, like for example the phonology and all that you have to understand. But basic expressions like gestures, facial expressions, it's all the same in every language. Everything is almost the same. So I hope you all understood about what exactly are we talking about today, receptive and expressive language skills. If you have any queries, please do mention in the comments below. If you want me to talk about any more topics, you can please drop into my mail ID or just mention in the comments below. Thank you.